All right, my friends. It's Thursday again. I've been a little bit absent this week, but you know I gotta show up for Inside Star Citizen, right? So we're talking about planetary navigation mesh and some character customization today. Two cool topics, and I think they're gonna be fun to watch. If you haven't been to one of these before, it's not really a reaction. I mostly just try to provide some context as to what's going on and talk about what I'm seeing. Hope you guys enjoy it. If not, I'll see you at the next one. Let's go.
The DNA system is already pretty sophisticated. It allows us to edit our characters' heads in a very smart way, but the quality of the asset is not up to standard. We are improving the editability so that we are more free to extend our range of character heads.
We need better hair.
What we tried to do, because we can't currently scan in more people, and we did want to raise the amount of variation in the texture pool, is we tried to combine different textures together. We would take the forehead wrinkles of one person and combine that with the mouth of another person to sort of create a more unique result in the end.
Morph those lips, baby.
Right now, the good thing about this new implementation is that we have a wider range of heads and a wider range of ethnicities that we can select.
Oh, those definitely look better. Higher resolution for sure.
We also adjusted the previous texture set and shading of the previously created heads. They are much more believable, they are also sharper in details.
Still very shiny though. And a little dead in the eyes, right?
The eye textures, they were quite bright beforehand. You could really see like the striations in the irises. And we kind of wanted to get a base set of textures that looked a bit more realistic.
We're out here working on a space sim. And I'm at like a 2 centimeter distance from somebody's freaking eyeball.
New eye, it is including a new eye wetness that is gonna create a better blending between the eyeball and the head and the eyelids nearby it, giving the highlight a more realistic reflection.
Eyeball. Sorry.
The way that it reacts to light, it creates a way of transitioning of the light over the eyeball that is more believable. Also, we have been working on a first layer of variety for the eyebrows. The eyebrows, they are going to be, together with the eyelashes, a new layer of characterization for our heads.
I want proper representation of my eyebrows, please.
Altogether, it is a significant improvement, and it all goes in a pool where every feature is actually swappable one from another, giving you the possibility to characterize your character even more in depth.
I mean, it's nice. I'm surprised they've been focusing on eyeballs so much. I was hoping we'd hear a little more about hair, maybe. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that people are looking for. I do like the higher resolution faces, though. The faces look better. I was also hoping for a better interface, a UI, that allows for us to do this a little more easily.
Looking at the future, there's plenty of features that we will want to improve even more, and some even replace from what they are right now. So after 3.17, we will commit to inflate the amount of hairstyle that we have right now. And so many other details like freckles, moles, scars, and even the makeup may be something that we will want to adapt as a separate layer of complexity, so that you may reach out an even more complex level of characterization for your own avatar.
The Star Citizen.
I'll say this. We got the first implementation, I think, in 3.1. And then we got a pretty decent jump in functionality in 3.5, I think it was, or 3.7. Those were about a year away from each other. It's now been 2 years since the last update. I'm kind of surprised that this is... I'm going to wait until they show us more about this, maybe in the lead up to the update. I am very surprised, though, that all they had to show us was some higher resolution faces and... good eyeballs. I really thought that they would have something with the hair by now. Really. I mean, you know, we'll see what they ran into some problems. It's all that stuff, but I'm just surprised that that's as small an update to the character customizer as we're seeing at this point.
Citizen character creator is at the center of your ability to express yourself in the persistent universe. And these updates that are coming in Alpha 3.17 are just the next step in allowing everyone to one day create an avatar that is truly representative of the player underneath.
My
And
eyebrows.
up next, we move from the human-controlled to the AI-operated with an update on Planetary nav mesh, the technology that looks
Now this
to
one, this one is going to be big. I'm excited for this.
unlock NPCs from their static locations and allow them to travel surface side in much the same way you do.
Give me something good.
What we currently have in Star Citizen is a lot of really cool environment, but pretty much no AI.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make the world alive and reactive to the player. What we are building right now is the planetary navigation tech that is an extension of our current system to be able to have AI finally on the planets.
Finally.
With planetary navigation mesh at this stage, we are at what we call phase 0, the engineering phase. We are moving from a flat structure of the navigation mesh, where we assume that the environment is flat, and now we are converting the information that we have about our navigation mesh tile into a curved environment.
We have this generation process of the tile. We have the connection of the tile generated, connecting it with the other tiles existing in the planetary navigation mesh, and also improvements on the Pathfinder to be able to use all those tiles.
So what the AI system does is it gets this information from physics, so it gets told when specific patch are built and created, and then we use this information from physics to actually generate a very detailed nav mesh on the planet, and we try to generate it around the action that happens. So if the player lands in a location and AI are around, then of course we try to prioritize that part to give us the information that we require to actually make the gameplay happening.
We are doing this dynamically because
Pretty straightforward, right?
our planets are too big, and at this moment there is no power and even memory enough to do this statically at the export time and to have all this information to read and to use it.
Big maps. I like big maps. So how are you going to do it?
The result is basically that you are going to see NPCs walking on the terrain surface, being able to follow you because you hired them or because you some of them entered in combat with you.
AI
In the future
things.
of Star Citizen, what people will experience is an alive world where NPCs can actually roam across the planet, move freely between structures and very natural environment, where the environment is filled with fauna and animals that can actually move and use information of the environment, like feed out of the environment or drink water from a river. And this will really be a game changer because it will really make players experience a world that is alive and not just an environment that they need to explore.
Yep.
So for when it's coming, this is still in discussion, but the door right now is open for possibly 318, 319 release.
Did this dude just put out a date? That's basically a date, man.
Of the first missions that might use this technology, and I'm really looking forward for people to play it.
I'm pumped though. It's like 2
So
quarters.
what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that new textures, eyebrows, and eye tech are coming to the character creator in Alpha 317. That beyond this is a continuing effort to improve multicultural representation across subsequent patches, and that the work to enable NPCs that can give chase across the 360-degree surface of any planet or moon is well underway. Now, don't forget there's a new free fly event starting today. Jumptown and Ninetales Dynamic.
Okay, he's just making announcements. One thing, I want to say one thing first. I really hope CIG, if you guys are watching this, please upload the captions as a different file. I know it's a lot of work, but it helps a lot because I like B-roll, and you guys are the only source of B-roll for this stuff. And when there's captions on the videos, that makes it a little distracting. Not a huge ask, just if you can do it, that'd be great. The whole cultural diversity thing with the new character creator is cool. I hope we get to see more examples of how that will do that. And I really, really hope that hairstyles come sooner than later, because we were talking about them being right around the corner 3 years ago. Now, obviously that's something we do a lot, but man, I wanted more hair. The planetary navigation mesh is cool too. We've talked about that recently. Especially great because of bringing those missions out to the planetary surface is a big deal. But also, like they said, we're going to be able to have people follow us. We're going to be able to go and find people who are roaming on the ground, maybe in their own ground vehicles and stuff. We're going to be able to see ships possibly land and AI get out, or even some passenger missions, which we saw on the roadmap briefly before it was delayed, of course. Either way, though, the planetary nav mesh is a big one. Glad to hear that they're confident about it at least being some point this year, and I look forward to more of it. If you're interested in hearing more about that, though, I will be doing a supporter exclusive video on that. Check out the Patreon down below if you're interested in getting those exclusive videos, and I'll also probably be putting out a public video or two about them throughout the year. So stay tuned, subscribe if you're interested, check out my main channel if you want to get more content, and I'll see you guys next week.